In the busy town of Ijegba, Segun married Bisi with drums, dancing, and shiny gold plates. Segun owned a big shop where he sold cement, nails, paints, and fine tiles. He drove a bright colored pickup and gave to people during festivals. Bisi was smart and pretty. She wore colorful clothes, and people looked at her and smiled. Their home was lively. Aunties cooked and talked. Uncles joked about football. Children ran around the yard. Segun loved Bisi in playways. He bought small gifts and kept a jar called Bisi's Dreams. But at some point, life changed. A big road job stopped. Money from that job did not come. A flood spoiled many goods. One partner ran away. Segun sold his pickup and even moved to a smaller shop. He told Bisi, "Let us endure and rebuild." Money slowed down. Work was harder for Segun. Segun woke early and came home dusty. He fixed doors and roofs for people to save costs. He spoke kindly and worked well. Some days were good and some days were bad. But Bisi changed. Her smile became thin. She spoke to Segun as if he was the problem. "Is this stew or a joke?" she asked one night. "It is food," he said softly. "It will carry us to where?" "To heaven," she answered. Bisi started going out more. Her wrappers became tight dresses. She said, "I need fresh air" many times. She often left when Segun left for work and came back when he came home. Auntie Lola swept near the gate for a long time. Segun, on the other hand, stayed calm. At home, Bisi became colder. When Segun thanked her, she said nothing. When he asked a simple question, she asked another question back. At first, Bisi only talked to men with men at the market. Then she started accepting small gifts, perfumes, a gold earring. She told herself it was just help, but help soon became a habit. One afternoon, a young man named Yusuf, who had once worked with Segun on the road project and had even met Bisi during that period, met her again on the road. They exchanged pleasantries and even exchanged numbers. Bisi started talking on the phone and he even gave her some cash frequently. After some time, he began visiting when Segun wasn't around. He told Bisi, "I know how it feels when life turns its back." He praised everything about her. He told her that she didn't deserve to live in a struggling house. Yusuf's words were smooth and convincing. Then one evening, she followed him to his rented flat near the main road, only to see where he stayed, she told herself. But that was how trouble began. At first, no one suspected anything. But gossip in Ijegba moves really fast. Women at the market started to whisper. "I saw Bisi near the contractor's quarters again," one said. "Ah, is that Yusuf boy?" another added. Auntie Lola, the self-appointed neighborhood reporter, told Segun one evening, "Brother Segun, may your ears be strong. They say your wife is walking roads she should not walk." Segun did not answer. He only nodded and thanked her, but his heart began to knock like a drum. One afternoon, Segun had gone to deliver tools near the roadside when he saw Bisi and Yusuf coming out of a small shop, laughing like children who had just shared a secret. They did not see him at first. When they did, laughter died in their throats. Bisi's hand slipped out of Yusuf's. Her laughter melted. "Segun," she whispered. Segun didn't answer. He only nodded once, then turned and walked away. Passersby saw everything. By the time he reached home, Ijegba already knew everything. When Bisi got home later, the compound was silent. Segun was sitting under the kolanut tree, sharpening his old cutlass, not because he wanted to use it, but because sometimes men sharpen things when words fail them. Bisi stood in front of him, twisting her wrapper. "Segun, I can explain," she said. He didn't look up. "Explain what, Bisi? The laughter or the shame?" Her eyes filled with tears. "I didn't mean to." Segun dropped the cutlass gently beside him. "Bisi, when I was rich, you called me your king. Now that I'm poor, you treat me like the dust on your feet. Tell me, did our love have a price tag?" She cried harder. But Segun only sighed, stood up and went inside. He slept on the mat that night, facing the wall. Bisi sat awake till morning, eyes wide open. The shame was in the room with them, thick like smoke. But that wasn't the end, because a few days later, people saw her again. This time, not with Yusuf, but with other men. Men who promised her quick money. When word spread across Ijegba that Bisi had been caught, tongues danced like fire on dry grass. Market men turned her name into a proverb. Segun stopped talking. He became like a tree, quiet but rooted. He didn't quarrel. He just moved out of their room and started sleeping in the shop. At first, Bisi didn't care. She still painted her lips red and tied her wrapper high. She told herself, another man will come. I'm still beautiful. And indeed, they came. A trader from Lagos with shiny shoes. A taxi driver who spoke big grammar. Each one promised gold, each one left dust. Soon, her beauty became a rumor of what it used to be. The trader stopped answering her messages. The driver borrowed her phone and disappeared. By the next moon, even gossips grew tired of her name. The same neighbors who used to greet her with smiles now looked at her and passed. Meanwhile, Segun's life took a strange turn. One morning, a contractor from the road project returned with payments. He tracked down every affected supplier and came with cash and apology. Segun's name was on the list. The man said, "We heard you didn't fight us so. You kept your calm. That's rare. Here's your due, Segun." The money wasn't just a refund, it was a revival. Segun reopened his shop properly. He restocked it and even bought a new pickup. When Bisi saw this, her chest tightened. She went to the shop one evening, tears already waiting in her eyes. "Segun," she whispered, "I made a mistake. I lost myself. Please forgive me." Segun looked up from his counter. His face was calm. He said, "Bisi, forgiveness is free, but trust is expensive. You spent yours. Please, get out of my shop." Bisi kept crying and begging, but he ignored her. She ended up leaving the shop in shame.